Welcome back, guys. Today we'll be discussing the exercise of proportion. See, the first question I have already discussed, and the second question is very easy. We have to find the value of n only. So there you have to simply go by the rule a is to b equal to c is to d, where where you have to find the value of either a, b, or any one of the four. So it is very easy. That's why I'm not doing that particular question. Now see, I have pick up one question for you like this. Find the price of 16 pen at a rate of rupees 15 for 4 pen. What is the question saying? You have to find the cost of 16 pens. 16 pen, you have to find the cost of 16 pen. If the cost of 4 pen is rupees 15. Here you have to apply the proportion method. Proportion method you have to apply. So see, now how we are going to solve this? First of all, we go here. That is what cost of 4 pen is how much? Rupees 15. Fine. That means what? Cost of 1 pen is how much? Rupees 15 by 4. This is a particular ratio. Now if you apply this concept to find cost of 16 pen, so how we are going to do? 15 by 4 into 16. Yes, 15 by 4 into 16 you have to do. Now this particular thing, how we can solve, that is our main concept. I'm showing it here. Now see this particular ratio 15 by 4. Okay, it is saying about proportion 15 by 4. That means what? If a by b is a particular ratio, it should be proportion when is equal to c by d. That means what? This ratio and this ratio should be equal. We have done earlier AD equal to CB. Then what? The conditions are satisfied. So here also the same thing we are going to do. You know the basic concept. This will be our answer. So it will be for 4 to 15 for 60. The answer will be 60. But that is the unitary method. You have to show this by proportion method. How you can show it by proportion method? Okay. See, by unitary method we can get the answer directly, but in proportion method is what? This particular ratio should be equal to this particular ratio. That means what? This ratio, the above ratio 15 by 4 has to be equal with the new ratio. Now see, what is the required amount of what is the number of pens that we need to find the amount of? See, this is 16. Now okay, this is 16. Here 15 by 4 is equal to what? 15 by 4 only. Now but this particular denominator we need to make 16. Now how we can make this denominator 16? Just multiplying it by 4. So 4 into 4 is 16. So here also you multiply it 4. That wouldn't happen. So it will be 16 by 16. That is what our answer will be 15 by 4 equal to 16 by 16. Fine. In order to verify it, you can follow this A D equal to CD. So this is how we can do directly. See, if within 1 or 2 steps we can do this. The cost of 16 pen, okay, cost of 15 pen 4 rupees, that is 15 upon 4. You should know this basic idea. Now 15 upon 4, okay, this there is a equation, because that means what? This ratio, whatever new ratio you put, it should be equal. Again, if we multiply it by 100 also, that also it will be equal to 15 by 4 only, because it is a division. When we simplify it, it will be equal to 15 by 4. Okay, so this is how this type of questions can be done. One more question is given in a book, you try it by yourself. Fine. So I'm taking a new question for you. Okay, see, there is a library question. I haven't written the question. The question is big, in fact. Now see, the question was like that. In a library, the ratio of maths and science. There are science books, maths book, like a math. The ratio of maths and science. Okay, the question is saying the ratio of maths and science was equal to science and Hindi. Science and Hindi. So there was a few books in the library, and when the librarian counted the books, he found that if we find a ratio of maths and science, then that particular ratio will be equal to the ratio of science and maths. And the question was given, the number of science book was 300 and Hindi book was 450. You have to find the maths book, number of maths book. So if you consider it to be A, now suppose you see, if I consider maths to be A, science to be B, then it will be similar like mean proportion. That is what B square equal to AC. Yes, no, this is similar to the mean proportion. Now if we put the value of, now here we have to find the value of maths. So if I am considering A to be the maths, then what will be? Then it will be B square by C. I think it is clear to you. Now you simply put the value of science. Okay. If you are getting confused in this pattern, you can go with this also. There is science square is equal to math into Hindi. That is maths equal to what? Science square by Hindi. You simply have to put the value. What is the value of science? Science is 300. So we put 300 square to 300 and divided by what? Hindi. Hindi is what? 450. So 450 you put 15 3 ja, 15 2 ja, 3 1 ja, 300 ja. So it will be what? 200. So maths book is what? Maths is 200. So this is how we can solve the problems. Fine. One more question is there. One rotation question. Suppose the planet rotates around its axis 5 times. Suppose 5 times a planet is rotating in 24 hours. Then what time it will take to rotate 7 times? So that will be in proportion method only. If see, I am modifying the question. Okay, I am not saying the exact question. I am giving you the hint how to do that. For 5 times rotation, the planet is taking 24 hours. You need to find 7.5 times. Okay, so 5. Okay, if we need to, for 5 times we are taking 24 hours, then for 7.5 times how much wave will required? See, for this you have to make this part 7.5. Consider it to be 75. Now 5, how much is 75? You have to find that. The 5 15 here. What? 5 into 1.5. Here 24 into 1.5. So this is a proportion method. Here also you have to go with the proportion method only, no other method. So this is how we can solve the other question also. Okay, after watching the video, you do one thing, you take a copy and try to solve the question. Okay, and we will discuss in the interactive class. Okay students, so this is saying I'm not taking the exact value. I'm giving you the hint how to calculate this. You take the value what is given in the book and go through it. Okay, now I will try to figure out one question where we can apply the method, that is componendo, dividendo, or alternando or commutando. Okay, I'm picking up a particular question like that. Okay, you see this question. What is the question saying? If A, B, C, D are in proportion, then show that 6a plus 7b, 6c plus 7d, 6a minus 7b, and 6c minus 7b are also in proportion. Okay, now what is given to us? It's given that a by b is equal to c minus d. Fine. From here you have to form this. So a b c d, okay, it is given here. You can find a variable here also, but the only thing that is absent is what? 6 and 7. So you do one thing, multiply both sides by 6 and 7. So when we multiply this by 6 by 7, then what will happen? It will be 6a by 7b and 6c by 7d. Okay, now you see here there is 6a plus 7b. Okay, 6a plus 7b is there, and also what is there? You see 6a minus 7b is there. Fine. And 6c plus 7d and 6c minus 7d is there. That means what? We need to apply component. When we apply component, what will happen? We will get 6a plus 7b. Okay, now see this. Okay, see now this 6a and 6a plus 7 and 6a minus 7, that can be easily obtained by applying this component and dividend. Now you can write here applying component and dividend to 6a plus b divided by a minus b. So 6a plus 7b divided by 6a minus 7b. Here also what will happen? Here 6c plus 7d and 6c minus 7d. Okay, this is the thing we have attained. But the a should be in proportion. Okay, for that, see, this is, if this is a, this is a, this is b, this is c, then this is d, then it should be a by b equal to c by d. But here it is not in that particular format. So what we are going to do this, see here 6c is b and 6c plus 7d is b and 6a minus 7b is c. So we need to change this. Okay, how are we going to change this? So we have learned one property that is known as alternando. Okay, applying alternando, you put this one, equation 1 is equation 2 in equation 2. What we can do, 6a plus 7b, we can change this 6c plus 7d, we can do 6a minus 7b by 6c minus 7d. Now see, a by b equal to c by d. That means what? This above statement is correct and they are in proportion that is given in book. Now the first thing is why we need to shift this. See, depending upon the question we need to shift this. If the question was modified like this, 6a plus 7b comma 6a minus 7b, then we could have stopped here only in equation 2. The question is satisfied. But so simple questions are not going to come in exam, neither in the book. So they have twisted this. Okay, they have twisted this. That's why we need to apply this particular rule. So this is how we can do this. One more question is there. You see, it is similar to this only. You go and apply there, and you will be able to solve that particular question. Fine. Now I'll try to catch one more question for you. You guys see, I have selected 18 number question for you. So I recommend one more video to finish up the laptop question. See, I think my video is already you know 13 to 14 minutes. So if I take a bigger question, it will be more than 20 minutes. So let's go with a smaller question. Now see, this question I think we have explained. I have explained in this one what called in our example part questions. Now see how we are going to do this. So here also the same thing. Here applying component and dividend we will move on. There are basically 3 or 4 questions. I am selecting one. So others of same pattern you try to solve it. So here component and dividend if you apply, so if a plus b by a minus b, so this is entire thing I'm considering it to be a, okay, plus b, so this is b, entire thing is b, a plus b by a minus b, so this is a minus b, okay, so it will be a plus 7, okay, it is 3. I'm directly putting this 5 plus 2 and 5 minus 2, okay. Now if you open this bracket, root x plus 4 plus root x minus 10 minus plus root x minus 4 root x plus 4 minus root x minus 10 root x plus 4 plus root x minus 10 minus root x plus 4 plus root x minus 10, you can do 7 by 3. So here this is cancelling out and this is cancelling out. So what remain? Twice root x plus 4 and twice root x minus 10 equal to 7 by 3. Find that 2 is cancelling out. So if we square this, squaring both sides, if I square both sides, then what is coming out? Okay, if we square both sides, what will come out? It will be x plus 4 into 3 x plus 4 by x minus 10 equal to 7 by 3. Now in directly cross multiply this, so it will be 3x plus 12 equal to 7x minus 70. Fine. So this is minus 4x and it will be 82. Fine. Now minus 82. Okay. So x will be minus 82 by minus 4. Fine. So it will be how much? 20.5. So the value of x will be 20.5. okay. So this is how we can very easily solve the questions which will require the application of component and dividend. I hope all these things are clear, and students try to complete the left out 3 questions that is in your book. So if you carry on, then it will be very easy for us to cooperate with the syllabus. And in one more video, or I'll try to conduct one more video where I'll be completely solving all the questions for you. Okay students, okay then, bye bye.